Hi, I'm Big Mike, and this is my my first long-form video. Thought I would jump in and do a 21-day update of my water fasting long-term weight loss journey. And I thought I would do this kind of unscripted and just jump in to talk a little bit about where I'm at, what I've been through, how it's gone, and kind of what's next here. So forgive me that this isn't written down or scripted, just kind of jump into it here. So beginning of April 4th, April 5th, I decided it was time to kind of kick my weight loss journey into high gear. My wife and I have been doing this since the beginning of the year, and we've had ups, we've had downs, but we weren't really making any meaningful progress. So after months of not really moving the needle, I felt I had to do something different and kind of get myself out of the rut. And I know I've used fasting in the past where I've broken plateaus or I've been able to lose a sizable amount of weight in quite a quick amount of time. So I thought, you know what, let's do it. And I think on April 6th, when I started this whole thing, I'm considering that like day zero. My wife and I wanted to go get some pizza. We went and got a pizza and we just ate the whole thing. And when I got home, I just felt disgusted. And I was like, all right, this is enough. We committed this year to losing some weight. This is gonna happen. So I decided without any prep, I was gonna start fasting. So I considered that day zero. After dinner, I told my wife, look, let's take a video. And maybe if I do this YouTube thing, I'll get some external pressure to hold myself accountable. So went home, took a video, and here's a little clip of that here.
Ready? Is it recording?
At the beginning, I didn't actually know if I would stick to it or not. I did a 31-day fast last year. However, coming out of that, my wife was pregnant. I was getting new responsibilities at work. We were heading to the holiday season, and I kind of just lost all the weight and came out of it. So it netted in almost nothing between July of last year and January 1st this year. I gained, 90% of it back. So I lost 50, gained 45 of it back. And between January and April 6th, I net about 6 pounds, and the highs and lows weren't working. I kind of needed to break the cycle and do something drastic. So I started, and I've experienced with fasting every intermittent type you could think. I've done 16-8, 24, 23-1, 47-1. I've done 3 days, 5 days, and all the way up to 31 days. So I know it's a useful tool. I kind of have my arsenal that I was just going to use, and jumped right into it. So anyone who's done fasting, any sort of intermittent fasting or extended fasting, you know how day one feels. Some of it's day one I never really struggle with day one. It's kind of funny that you're like, oh, I'm just not going to eat. Yeah, let's see how long this works. And you get into day one and you kind of just get through it. It's a little bit of a blur. I had work. You're up from 6 with the kids. You leave for work and you get home. Yeah, it's a little weird not eating dinner, but you just drink some water and go to bed. Day one's never been a problem for me. For people who are new to this, day one might really suck, and it might be difficult for you to kind of get in a rhythm, but once you've done this for a while, day one isn't really anything. So jumping to day 2 and day 3, those are really similar for me. You have like the ghrelin gremlin, as people call it. And when you're coming off of almost zero prep for something like this, days 2 and day 3 hit you really hard, and your body's calling for sugar, it's calling for food, and you kind of just have to struggle through it. At least that's what I did. So it's more mental. I mean, there's definitely a physical aspect to it where your stomach's growling, you're hungry, you're really interesting energy waves. But day 2 and day 3, you're able to get through it, and it's hard, but it's doable. So then you get into like day 4 and day 5, and by that point, you've broken the 72-hour mark. You're feeling really good. You have a lot of mental clarity going on, and the weight's falling off like crazy. So there's motivation there. People by this point, they generally catch wind of what you're doing, and then you have this crazy, like, weird thing going on where people are like, you're just not eating. How does that work? So by those days, I was really conscious to keep my water up, make sure I got my electrolytes in, and if you stay hydrated, from my experience, it's a lot easier. So if I drop below like the 1.5 gallon mark, I feel terrible. If I stay above 1.5 gallons, I usually feel pretty good. So focus on hydration, focus on trying to keep your mind off of it. But I'm still at work. It's Thursday, Friday, so I got through it, and then I got to the weekend. So day 6 and day 7 were terrible. I had absolutely no energy. I was trying to just sleep as much as I could, but I have responsibilities at home. I have 4 kids, 2 really young kids. We basically commit Saturday and Sundays to chores and getting the house ready and doing grocery shopping, and it hit me really hard. So my wife was super supportive. I slept a couple hours each day and just tried to get through it. So day 6 and day 7 went, and I knew if I could get through day 7 and get back to day 8 on Monday, I'd probably be okay. So day 8 and 9 felt great. The hunger has subsided almost entirely at this point. I mean, there's not this euphoric stage where you're not hungry. You're hungry, but it's like a different kind of hunger, and it's not this hormonal, weird, like craving for food. You're just like empty, and there's times where you just have no energy, and it's easier to deal with than like the day 2 to day 7 window, though, in my experience. Like days 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, which was Monday through Friday, again, are really easy. You're just going, and you just continue to go, and the weight loss is addictive, and you've kind of gotten to a place where you're not losing all this food weight, you're losing what feels like real weight. And I think on any fast, like the weight you lose between days 1 and day 3, 90% of it's coming back. So, I'm down 34 pounds right now. I know 10 to 14 of it's coming back. It's when you eat, I eventually have to eat again. So 10 to 14 pounds are gonna come back, and that's fine. It's understood, but you start losing 3/4 of a pound every day. I'm averaging about a pound right now, but it's addictive, and you're like, well, I'm not gonna stop. I'm kind of in this rhythm, and then the dreaded weekend comes again. So you go to days 13 and 14 again, and we had our my brother was in from Colorado, and they were here for a few hours on Sunday, and I'm the one cooking lunch. And then not only am I cooking lunch, I have to answer questions about what I'm doing, and that was kind of tough. It was mentally tough. It wasn't really physically tough. It was this. You can't completely not be around food, especially when you're a dad and when you're a husband and when you're hosting. So you're kind of just around it. And I'm probably different than most people. I watch a lot of eating videos or food videos or recipes when I'm doing this. It helps for me, I guess. It helps me get through. And this is a marathon. It's not a sprint. I'm trying to get through each day, and clearly weekends are harder. But that Sunday was okay. People will say like this isn't healthy, and I say like, well, either is being 315 pounds. So I'm picking my poison here. So got through Saturday, got through Sunday, back into Monday, and by this point I'm like, man, I'm really doing this. Like I know I did 31 days last summer, but every diet I've started, I've stopped. So I'm like, okay, I'm in the rhythm. I'm doing this. I'm going to continue on, and got through the week again. So nothing really changes after I got to like day 12. It's just this rinse and repeat. You wake up, I weigh myself, I go to the bathroom, I get in the shower, I come out, I take my electrolytes. The only thing that changed day 15 was I got into snake juice, and that stuff is absolutely vile. It's necessary electrolytes. Like the first time I took it, I mixed it with some of the other electrolytes I'm taking to try to mask the flavor. And it's just absolutely vile. It also has this weird carbonation effect where it like makes you burp and makes you gassy. It was terrible. So I tried mixing it at a full 20 ounces as it called for. Almost thought after the first time I was never going to take it again. So the next day I mixed it in this little small glass with some warm water and just scalded, because I felt like I needed to get the electrolytes down in a more substantial way, and I've been doing that every day since. It still tastes terrible. It tastes like you're drinking ocean water, but The electrolytes in it are convenient. I bought it. I'm going to use it. It's not cheap. I don't know if I would buy it again, but so far that's kind of what my regimen in the morning is. I'm also taking a men's one a day and a B complex and some vitamin C. Some people might say vitamins are off limits. This isn't a sanctioned contest. I'm kind of doing it for myself. So I'm taking those vitamins every day along with the lots of water, over 2 gallons a day now, the snake juice in the morning, and then different electrolyte packets with 0 sugar, 0 calories to kind of get me through the day. So that's my regimen so far. Got today's 20. Today is actually day 21. Halfway through, 3 weeks in, and now I have less days to go than I've progressed. So that's kind of a huge milestone for me. And there's like a mental shift of when I now 20 days left, 21 done. It's easier to, it feels downhill. So I'm actually eating again on May 18th, which is my birthday. So I'm kind of looking forward to that, but it's going to be a little bit different this year. Normally on my birthday, I'd go out, I'd get probably coffee and donuts or something in the morning, maybe like a Starbucks breakfast or McDonald's, whatever. And then for lunch, I would do like maybe a burger followed by pizza for dinner. So this year I'm going to be likely having maybe an egg 3 times a day, something light, something high in protein, easy to digest. So scrambled eggs have kind of been my go-to after extended fasts, but it's gonna be a little bit different of a celebration for me. I'm more gonna be celebrating that I've reclaimed some control in my life than gorging and filling myself with food and cakes or whatever. So really excited I've made it this far. Really excited I've gotten a lot of support from multiple communities. I post on Reddit almost every day. I've been posting on TikTok. I've been posting on Facebook. And it's cool to be proud of myself again. The yo-yo dieting that's been going on for the past how many years, it just has to stop. So I've been over 300 pounds for probably 5 years now, hoping to never get there again. I'm hovering right around 270. And then when I get down to 225, I'm probably going to recalibrate to see what's next. I don't know if I'll break 200. I don't know if I'll continue past 225. I don't know if that's when I'll shift towards weight training or more of like a whole foods balanced diet. Right now I know that I'm just trying to get the weight off, get it off my back, get it off my knees, and just feel a little better. So that's my 21-day update. I'm planning to do this probably towards the end. Once I get to the 41 days, maybe I'll do something between 21 and 41. Maybe I'll do a 31-day update. But for now, I just wanted to jump on here and show you where I'm at and talk about my journey so far. So happy to answer any questions you guys put below, comment. I appreciate subscriptions, comments, likes. I'll answer anything you guys got, and if we can talk a little bit more about my journey leading up to being overweight, because most of my life I wasn't, and what I plan to do, after this is over. So really appreciate the support. It's been a mentally tough journey, but when I get comments or Reddit responses saying that I'm inspiring people, that's kind of what this is all about. So it's helping hold me accountable. It's pushing me in the right direction, and I appreciate everyone who's come along through the ride. So for now, I'm gonna let everybody go. Again, Big Mike, first time I'm kind of doing something like this, so happy to receive feedback on what I can do better next time. But for now, I'm out. See you guys.